Most people think that being rich is all about having a big bank account, but that's a lie. Being rich means you have to be rich in two places. Number one, you have to be rich financially, and number two, you have to be rich spiritually. Now, when I say that, I don't mean you got to be this God-loving or God-fearing person. That's not what I'm talking about. Hear me out here. When I say being rich spiritually, that means having a purpose with what you are doing. We've all heard of rich people, celebrities talking about how money doesn't matter and you shouldn't have to worry about money. And when they say that, everybody has the same response. Oh yeah, that's easy for you to say, you got money. Because when you are struggling to pay the bills, when you don't feel like you have wealth, when you're working hard to make money, yeah, money matters. And it does matter. For anybody who says money does not matter, either they're already rich and they don't have to worry about money, or you don't have money and you're putting up a smoke screen. That way you can kind of ignore this whole topic of money. Money does matter, but it has to matter the right way. And this is where you have to understand the purpose side of money, because once you understand that, it will allow you to live a truly rich life, and it'll also help you attract more money along the way too. And this is where you have to understand the difference between just chasing money and chasing the purpose. See, what happens to most people, myself included, is you start to realize, okay, I gotta get a hold of this money thing. I gotta grasp some of this money so I can have more freedom, I can have more things, and I can have more of the stuff that I want. Well, when you do that, the first thing that happens for a lot of people is you start to chase money. You do that with whatever is accessible for you. And now you're working to get money. That's what you're doing it for. You're doing things to make money, to get money, to attract money, to grow your money, period. Because you just want to grow your money. But eventually what's going to happen is if you start to see some success, which takes time, right? There's a lot of hard work, effort, risk, and sacrifice that goes into getting that success. But what will happen if you stick with it is you're going to start to see that success, which means you're going to start to see that money in your bank account. You might start to see that cash flow coming in. And now you have the ability to go out and buy the nice things. You have the ability to have the nice stuff. And then what's going to probably happen, this happens to almost every single person, unless you found that right thing on the first go, is you start to see this little emptiness. Oh, okay, I got money now, but it's not filling this hole, this void that I have. And so what happens then to most people in that situation is, I just need more money. I need a bigger car. I need a faster car. I need a bigger home. I need more vacations. I need more things. And now you start working to chase more money, thinking that more money is gonna allow you to feel that sense of purpose. But you're chasing a lie at that point. I'm not saying don't get your money. I'm not saying don't go out and build more wealth. I'm not saying that you should stop trying to get more money. I'm saying you have to do it differently, because more money will allow you to have more financial freedom, period. More money is not going to give you more purpose. Your money is different than your purpose. Your purpose is something you have to chase differently than your money. Now, if you can work to build your purpose and make some money along the way, even better. But what you have to understand is, if you really want to live a rich life, a truly fulfilled, happy, complete life, it's not just going to happen by attracting a whole lot of money. You got to attract and work to build that purpose. And this is where it's going to require you to start doing some thinking, because money can buy you a lot of things. Money can buy you a car, but it's not going to buy you a journey. Money can buy you a bed, but it's not going to buy you a good night's sleep. Money can buy your wife a whole bunch of gifts, but it's not going to buy your wife's trust. Money can buy you things, but it can't give you the full sense of completeness. Now, I'm going to say this one more time. I want you to make sure you understand this and hear me clearly. Money is important. It is so important for you to go out and get your money. Because if you don't have money, guess what? You're going to be struggling to pay the bills. That's going to impact your mental health. You're going to feel stressed. You're not going to be able to give your wife or your husband that vacation or the dreams that they want. You're not going to be able to pay for your kids' college. You're not going to be able to have the nice car that you want. You're not going to be able to take care of your parents the way that you wanted. You need money. And I want you to go out and build wealth. And I want you to have that level of financial freedom that most people can only dream of. I want you to achieve that. I want you to do that, and I want you to work for that. I want you to sacrifice for that. I want you to hustle for that. But if you're chasing money to fill that sense of purpose inside of you, you're chasing the wrong thing. And if you keep chasing money to fulfill that sense of purpose, you are going to keep digging down this black hole to emptiness. And it's very crappy, for lack of a better word, that many of us are not taught about money and how it plays a part in our life. Because either we go about thinking money is evil, money is bad, money is taboo, and we don't know how to go about getting it. And then you live in this world where if you don't have money, you are a slave essentially to people who have money. You're subservient to people who have money. And not only that, if you don't have money, guess what? I've seen this, and this is one of the things that breaks my heart. If you don't have money, you can't give yourself or your family the medical care that they might need. You can't get the therapy, the mental health treatments that you or your loved ones might need. You can't get the things that you need or want to be able to provide. It takes money to do that, which is why you need to learn how to, one, get to money, grow money, and keep your money. That's where that financial education is important. You have to know how to do that in this economic system. Now, you can go about crying, complaining, saying, this system is bad, this system is evil, this is not how it should work. Okay, but it does. This is how the system works today. And so you can either cry and complain about it, or you can provide better care for your family, right? You pick that choice. So you gotta have that financial education. You gotta have the level of financial literacy that we can get your money, you can grow your money, and you can keep your money. But then you also have to understand how to live a fulfilled life. Because if you start chasing the money to fill that hole, if you start chasing the money just to do that one thing, just to make more money, you are going to feel incredibly miserable, more miserable than you were before when you didn't have money, because you did it for all the wrong reasons. And that's where that spiritual aspect comes in. And again, when I say spiritual is what is this like reason? Why am I here? And each one of us has it. And look, there's a lot of talk about find your purpose and all this stuff on the internet. Your purpose is going to change all the time. Every 6 months to 6 years, you're going to have a whole new purpose. You don't have to go out and determine and discover your life's purpose today. It doesn't work like that. But you have to do something that gives you a real sense of fulfillment. And the only way you're going to figure that out is not by watching YouTube videos on how to find your purpose or reading books about manifestation and finding that purpose. It's by doing things. Try things. Helping others. Serving others. Providing value to others. Making other people smile. Making other people laugh. Providing real value to the world, to other people, to other things besides just yourself. That's where the sense of purpose comes in. Now, there's a lot of different ways that you can provide this service, and there are ways that you can live your sense of purpose while also making money. I'm going to talk about myself for a second. I am so fortunate, and trust me, I know how fortunate and lucky I am. I tell myself this all the time, and I tell everyone around me how fortunate and lucky I am that I have the ability to help spread financial education, something that I never grew up learning. I wish somebody would have taught me this stuff growing up. I had to figure it out myself. I have the ability to help spread this and also get paid. Now, not everybody's gonna have that luxury or the ability to do that. I get that. But there are ways to monetize your purpose. There are other ways to live your purpose without monetizing it. But the key ultimately is you gotta understand money and what does it really mean to be rich. Because you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have that sense of purpose, you're going to be miserable. Why do you think we have so many depressed rich people? It's not because they don't have the fastest cars, they don't have enough cars, they don't have enough homes. It's because they don't have a sense of purpose. And what happens, and I've seen this with my own eyes, I'm telling you this to listen to me, feel what I'm saying. You can go out and work your butt off to get the money and buy everything, but if you don't have that purpose, you can keep buying the nicer and nicer things to help trying to fill that hole, but eventually you're gonna hit a breaking point and you're gonna feel that sense of, I don't got it. You have to have the financial education. You gotta get that money. You have to. In this economic system, if you don't have money, it is extremely difficult to achieve any sort of real success and happiness, because if you're worried about your bills, if you don't know how you're gonna make your rent payment or your mortgage payment, if you don't know how you're gonna pay for your next meal or your kids' things or give the things that you wanna be able to give, it's gonna create so much stress, so much anxiety, so much pain, which is why you have to get financially educated. You don't learn this in school. You're gonna have to go out of your way to learn about money. You're gonna have to learn how to save money. You're gonna have to learn when to save. You're gonna have to learn what is investing, how to invest, how to build a financial system, how to earn more money, and then how to protect your money. Because, well, when people realize they have money, they're gonna try to take their hand, put it in your pocket, and take some of your money for them. It's just the way that our world works. Again, you can complain and cry and scream about it, or you can learn about it and understand it and win in the game. Most people wanna complain about the rules, but the winners are learning how to win in the game. I want you to learn how to win in the game. That's the money side. On the purpose side, you have to learn. You have to be able to separate chasing money from living your purpose. And that does not mean you should stop trying to get money or you should stop trying to manage your money, you should stop trying to build your wealth. But that means you have to understand that sense of purpose. And unfortunately, if you don't have money, finding the sense of purpose can become so much more difficult. Because if you don't have money, if you're struggling with your money, if you're struggling to pay your bills, the only thing on your mind is, how can I get my next paycheck? How can I pay my next bill? When you have that level of financial stress, it's gonna be impossible for you to then be able to live more rich, not just financially, but rich as a life, because all of your energy is just trying to chase that money. That's why you have to get that money. That way you can protect yourself financially, but then also be able to live your purpose. But also understand that that purpose is gonna come not just from getting money, but knowing how to provide value and knowing how to serve.